Welcome back. My name is Drybear, and today we're going to learn all about what it's like to play League of Legends in 2019 as a Smite player. What? League of Legends is the devil. We don't play that. What do you think this is? 2013? No. It's 2019, and this game is still one of the top games in the world and has been actually growing, which is substantially impressive for a game that's been out for over 10 years. I recently got back into League of Legends, and I can tell you my first few days were brutal. I had to get used to using the mouse again to move my character, and there were so many things I didn't know. It blew my mind away to try and deal with all the new things that were coming my way. So today I'm going to talk about some really easy, quick tips that get you back into League of Legends without the pain. First and foremost, this game has changed a lot since the last time I played, and the first thing to talk about is going to be the rune system. This thing is so streamlined. It is actually a blast once you get the hang of it. Think back to World of Warcraft talent trees back in the day. It is very easy to pick and choose what you're trying to do, and there's a lot of different customization options for every single character, and it gives a new level of depth that is actually a lot of fun to be able to take your favorite characters and change up what they're able to do. As an example, Electrocute will deal damage to a target if you hit them with 3 separate attacks. So if you're playing a bursty character, this one is a lot of fun. Magical Footwear gives you a free pair of boots at 10 minutes, and every time you get an assist or kill, that gets reduced by 30 seconds. And so this allows you, if you're going to be staying in lane, to buy other items and still have boots in the beginning. Biscuit Delivery gives you a free consumable in your inventory that permanently increases your max mana and restores health and mana on consumption. So imagine playing like an Ao Guang with a Book of Thoth. Getting permanent max mana will synergize with that hugely. And there's even fun things like Ghost Poro, where your wards expire, they leave behind a little guy that will give you vision until someone takes it down. There's tons of fun little things in this talent tree. But I know this is daunting at first, but there is a super easy, brainless way to make this easy on your transition back into League of Legends. Download the app Blitz.GG. I'll link it down in the description. But what this does is it takes the new rune system and the summoner system and puts it on easy mode. I really wish that more games had a tool like this. When you run this alongside your League of Legends client, it will actually show you tips for the matchup that you're going to get. It pulls information from your match lobby for your teammates, what characters they're picking, what character you're picking, and what the enemy is picking. On top of that, you can view in real time the top players in the world, what they play your character as, and you can hit a button. I'm not kidding. You can hit a button that will automatically import their runes into your game, and the same can be done with summoner spells. And so you're trying a new character, maybe a character you've played before, you don't even have to think about it. You can view what people play that character as, import their runes, their summoner spells, and you don't even have to worry about knowing what the right answer is when you first start playing. On top of that, there's going to be an enable auto buy option in there if you really don't want to buy items or don't want to look up what the item build is, even though it will be on this Blitz.GG next to your screen. You can actually have it auto buy items for you. You have to enable this before the game begins, but again, if you're looking to get back into this game, download this app. It makes it a cinch. You'll be able to get the right rune pages, the right summoner spells, and the right items without having that burden of knowledge of knowing exactly what you're supposed to be doing when you're getting back into it. What I love about Blitz.GG as well is it will give you tips on the matchup you're playing against in very detailed order. It knows when you're playing draft pick, say you're playing mid, it'll know what your enemy mid is and say, hey, here are some things to know about that character. Here's when they power spike, and here's some weaknesses that you can exploit. After every game, Blitz.GG will update and tell you things that you did well and things you could improve on. So it's very easy to start learning the game at a rapid rate. It'll tell you, hey, you warded a little bit too late, your ward score was a little low, maybe you died too early or you died to your lane mate. Focus on these kind of things. It's a very easy, responsive tool that gets you into the game quickly. Now, coming back into this game, it was a little scary at first, but once I got into it, I remembered how fast and responsive this game is. You're able to use all your abilities and your items so seamlessly with almost no delay, no hitching, and no lag. It's hard to get this in modern games now, where sometimes it just feels a little clunky, but in this game it is very smooth and seamless. On top of that, you've got 140 characters in the game and lots of really good reworks that clean up some of the older characters that may have been a problem before or just didn't feel as good. So next, let's talk about some things that I learned as a Smite player that are different from how things function in Smite and will help you jump right into the action. The first of those is going to be towers are not safe. In Smite, when you're on your tower in the first 10 minutes, a lot of times you are very, very safe. Most people will not dive the tower unless they have a very coordinated plan. However, in League of Legends, towers are not at the same level of safety. If someone has a plan, they will dive your tower, they will push you back. So don't treat towers as a safe haven like you would in Smite. The number 2 thing is supports are terrifying. Oh my god. People run support in this game as damage dealers. This is because the top laner and the jungler will oftentimes be very tanky, and you also don't need the same level of initiation or tankiness as you would in a team fight in Smite. And so oftentimes you'll find mages in the support role going full damage, and it's actually a lot of fun to play this way. I found myself trying it out and actually playing support as a damage dealer where you don't have to worry about last hits. You don't have to worry about your own farm. You're just there to kill people and make sure your team wins is a lot of fun. But definitely in this game, treat supports with a level of respect because they will murder you if you're not careful. Number 3 is use trinkets. What's so great about League of Legends now and their whole trinket system is warding is easier than ever. Trinkets are free. These allow you to put wards on the map at no cost at all. It doesn't even take an inventory or consumable slot. It is just there for your use. When you're just starting out, the 2 trinkets you want to know about most are the warding totem and the oracle lens. Start out the game with the warding totem when you first leave the base. This will give you a recharge of a free ward all throughout the game. And somewhere between the start and the middle, pick up the oracle lens. This will actually give you a free sweep around you that reveals wards, it reveals hidden traps, it reveals stealth characters. It is a free way for you to counter ward the enemy as you're going around, and killing wards will give you gold. So without any cost to you, you're able to keep sight on the map and be a part of the team. Not only that, but it will reveal characters over walls and in bushes or the fog of war, so use that wisely. Number 4 is there's some really cool environmental elements that are in the game now called jungle plants. There's 3 of them. The first one, which is my favorite, is called the blast cone. When you are standing next to a blast cone and you attack it and it explodes, it will knock everyone away from the plant. You can use this to jump over walls, you can use this to initiate on fights, you can use this to get away from someone that's chasing you. It's a really fun element in the game that allows you to mix up your way of moving around the map. The second one is called a honey fruit. This is an edible plant. You smack this baby, it'll drop 5 healing potions on the ground. It will slow you for a second, but it will give you mana and HP. So if you feel like you need to regenerate, run into the river, pick up a honey fruit, and heal yourself back up. And the last one, which is amazing and is a lot of fun to use, it is the Scryer's Bloom. When you attack this, it'll send out a big cone in the direction that you are facing, revealing all enemies and wards. So you can use this as a way to see if anyone is coming to flank you or if there's anyone that's warded nearby. These are really, really cool. Also be aware of the Rift Scuttler. This guy is a little crab that runs around in the river. When a team kills it, it will give that team a free and indestructible ward where he spawned. He digs down into the ground and gives vision, so be aware of this as you pass it by. Also note the Rift Herald. This will spawn before the Baron does. When he gets killed, he will spawn a little consumable on the ground that someone can pick up. They will be able to spawn him and push a lane of their choice. So be aware that when you see this Rift Herald, you gotta be able to take him out because he will headbutt towers for a significant amount of damage and gives teams a very easy way to push in the beginning of the game. And number 5 is don't be afraid to go in and drop everything you've got. As I said earlier, this game responds so well. It's smooth and seamless. And so if you feel like you want to drop all of your abilities at once, give it a shot. You might be surprised with how powerful your character is at any point in the game. Number 6 is if you're looking for even more stats outside of Blitz.GG, you can actually go to a website called Opie.GG, which I tend to like. It will show you a lot of the top picked characters in every role, as well as some builds played by a lot of players in the game. It's a great reference that uses the API to pull from actual game stats that's really valuable. And lastly, number 7, I'll put down in the description a list of people to watch if you're looking to learn specific roles. I'll put at least one for every one of the roles on the map. So if you're looking to learn jungle, you're looking to learn top, it doesn't matter. I'll put some influencers influencers down below that you can check out if you're looking to learn the roles. And of course, if you're still into Smite, Smite's an awesome game. We'll be playing it together, but League of Legends is a game that I've actually really enjoyed playing in 2019, and going back to it has been a very rewarding experience for me.